Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Leslie Wright, director of the Prairiewoods Franciscan Spirituality Center. How'd I do?
You did great.
Okay, all right. We just say Prairiewoods most of the
We
time.
sure do.
An island of calm in our busy community, and Leslie is an island of calm in our busy community. When you walk in, everybody just kind of is more relaxed.
Awesome.
Me included. So yeah. So I look forward to these visits because it's a moment of zen for me too. So so thanks for being here.
Great.
So headed for fall events, but first off, tell me about the summertime at Prairiewoods. I imagine that you have, whether you have formal programs or not, I bet that you just have a lot of people who just wander in to use the space.
You bet. You know, we have 2.5 miles of walking trails. So anyone can come in and head out to the prairie and the woods. And that's really the heart of who we are, is that connection to the earth and creation. So we welcome people. We've had quite a lot of visitors this summer, including a group that practices Tai Chi and silent directed retreats, so a whole range.
And people are welcome to visit anytime the space is open. You don't have to check in at the desk or anything.
No.
Just go and take advantage of nature and the facilities you have.
You bet. Sun up to sunset. There's a labyrinth. I mentioned the trails. There's a playscape if you have young ones who want something to climb on. So there's a lot of ways to just lose yourself in the land out there.
Headed into fall programming, you have, for a place that's all about relaxation and retreat, y'all keep pretty busy.
We do. You know, there's so many dimensions of rest and restoration for each of us. And so this fall, you'll see all those dimensions: sound, silence, food. It's all there. So a few examples. So if you like sound, we have singing bowls. We'll have an Echoes of the Equinox flute concert because the Horizons Flute School will be on the grounds in September. We have a drum circle that'll be there. You can find, if you're looking for quiet and mindfulness, we have Sweat Lodge almost every month. But we have a number of mindfulness-focused activities, including mindfulness-based stress reduction that kicks off this fall. And, you know, if you're looking for something that fits your schedule, we have micro-retreats, which are typically a couple of hours with a meal in the evening. We have a day of self-renewal that happens twice a month, all the way to our 2.5-day retreats, Friday to Sunday. One of those is Pathways to Peace, which is about food and its relationship to our well-being and creation. And then, you know, one of our favorites at the end of September, last Sunday in September, we do Blessing of the Animals. It's a Franciscan tradition, and we've blessed everything from donkeys to reptiles, but mostly dogs and cats. But you can bring whatever you can keep on a leash.
If you have an emotional support gecko,
You're welcome. Goat, you're welcome. So that's an outdoor event. And actually, if it rains, we bravely take it all inside. But we bless the creatures who bless our lives. It's a great event on a Sunday afternoon.
I am guessing that people who come, you know, maybe for the first time, maybe, you know, maybe for several visits, you know, we go thinking about, I want to exercise my mindfulness, and, you know, I want to think through that process. I suspect that it is harder for a lot of us to unplug than even we imagine, you know, going to the place.
You bet. And for those folks, we actually are launching a digital detox offering for those of us who really need to try hard to unplug. But we also offer things that I call, you know, shallow entry. So if this is a first time, look at some of our offerings. It might be an hour or 2 hours. You get to try it on a little bit and see how it works for you. all the way to we don't expect people to walk in and go, I think I'll go on a week-long silent directed retreat. In fact, that most often is when people go, how could I be silent? And what we find is at the end, people who've had that opportunity to really go deep for a few days feel restored in unexpected ways.
I really like how you refer to that as the shallow entry.
Yeah.
That, yes, I don't think I'm ready for 8 hours in the sweat lodge, but maybe I could put my phone down for an hour
You
and,
bet.
and try and direct my thoughts inward for a little bit.
Yep. And the other thing that everyone should remember is if you want to bring a team out, we offer meeting spaces and we offer meals, and we can give you an opportunity to bring a team out and get work done, but get it done in an inspirational and welcoming space. So that's there for you also.
Okay. So yeah, so something available for you personally, but also maybe for your company or team
Yeah.
or whatever. Well, I know that when Andy sent me the list of everything that was going on, it was like 2 pages front and
Yes.
back. So we haven't
Yes.
we've not bored you with the laundry list of all the activities going on in September, October, but there's really a little bit of something for everybody.
There is. And if you're curious, it's all on the website under the tab calendar and events. And you can scroll through what's out there, register online. If you have questions, give us a call. We'd be happy to help.
So I know that we're, the purpose of our conversation today is to encourage people to, come to the center and check it out. But as someone who practices mindfulness, on a daily basis, what can people do in their, in their regular lives right where they are to try and, and detox a little bit, detox and increase mindfulness a little bit? I'm sure you have some practices that you do.
I do. I'm not sure I'm an exceptional example, but, there are a couple of things. One is sitting in the quiet. And if you can do that and connect to the great outdoors, plant your feet in the grass, watch a bird in flight, that is a particularly healing activity. Walk a labyrinth if there's one near you. We also happen to have labyrinths on paper, so if you can't do anything else, you can trace it with your finger and reflect. There are a number of ways. We offer yoga and qigong. I do that at home, do it at Prairiewoods. So you can take these ideas with you. It's really about the opportunity to be still and reflect. And in that silent space, hear your heart speak. That's what we hope everyone will have an opportunity to do.
Obviously, something that people can do on their own, but I suspect that we can go into that with the best of intentions, and then the phone dings or the doorbell rings or the kids need something. So coming to Prairiewoods and maybe getting a little bit of guidance, would lead you to be able to practice more mindfulness on your own.
You bet. And again, we have all kinds of practitioners who come to share their gifts. And sometimes we all need to just step away for a moment and have a little support in taking care of ourselves.
Prairiewoods is open, as Leslie said, sunrise to sunset pretty much every day. You can just go, but you can also register for one of many, many programs to kind of help you get on the road. And again, your website for that is?
www.prairiewoods.org.
And I'm sure that there, you said varying links, varying prices for registration. I'm sure that there's something just about every price point for anybody who would want to do something.
You bet. We have free programs, to get you started. There's all kinds of ways to come out.
All right. Well, again, prairiewoods.org if you'd like to look over some of the offerings in advance, or just go on out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Leslie, thanks so much for being here. Come back in a few months, and we'll probably talk winter programs.
Yes, that would be great.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley and performed by Vivian, Lydia Kilgore, Sam Ross, Anna Cook, and Louis Clayman. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.